Good morning, hello there. It's not deja vu, it is another Kerfuffle webinar. Simon Whale here, delighted to be with you. Even more delighted to have Steve here from Inventory Base. How the devil are you, sir?
Good morning, Simon. Got a kid at home sick today, but it's okay. It's not the Rona. A little bit poorly, but I'll live with it. Can still get work done anyway.
If he wants to be part of the show, be a star, you can burst in.
He may choose to come in at any time. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a Frosty's dad.
Second bowl, yeah.
Cool. All right, matey. Look, obviously this is just one of those ring around sessions. Congratulating you on being in the top 40 at EA Masters, top 10, I think, in terms of leadership as well, in terms of innovation. Be really good for you to just sort of give us your idea of why you were nominated and indeed, and got entry into it this year. What was you did?
Absolutely. So I think you guys mentioned it best. Not only one innovation this year, but two. I think the first of both of them was the launch of inventory-based work streams, and that was essentially a marketplace to connect property managers with inventory providers. And we solved the problem by, well, for one, our phones constantly ringing with property managers looking for another inventory clerk for overflow work. But the first problem that solved really essentially for our customer base was the insourcing and outsourcing of additional staff as and when you needed it. On demand. It's always about on demand, and we can't plan ahead. And obviously this year has shown us we can't plan ahead. So with work streams, you can say, okay, I can't get to this property in this location on a certain date and certain time. I need some help with this one. And because many thousands of inventory providers all across the UK use our software, we thought, what a better way to give both sides of the equation. These people are great in their own little patch in the UK. They've been doing their reports for many years. They are professional, they are detailed, and they are not always exposed to all the jobs obviously going on, especially for those in across, out of area and things like that. So inventory-based work streams connects anyone who needs a professional inventory provider directly with professional inventory providers that need more work. So that was the first thing that we launched in the beginning of the year. It's gone really well. Obviously, there's been peaks and troughs with overflow, but with lockdown. But it's been there and provided a valuable service for those who have been shielding, for those who don't want to deal with obviously the tenants that can't deal with the tenants themselves. Obviously, we've had many people furloughed, and therefore property management has gone a bit thin on the ground. It's provided a lot of benefits to those people who just need a little bit of help. And then moving on to the second innovation, if we will, was self-service reports. So self-service reports, just basically I think a week to 2 weeks after lockdown, we recognized that we needed to really do something for our customers to help them stay on top of their properties, keep eyes on their tenancies and their tenants. It's all about safeguarding fitness for human habitation, making sure, and of course, everyone was suffering, not just in the UK or the world, but keeping an eye on the tenants as well, making sure they're okay. And that was something that, again, with furlough, couldn't be necessarily done by the property managers. It couldn't be done by one person or a few people. And so they were looking to outsource it, but not only the property management in-house, but also the providers as well. We're providing this as a service and phoning the tenants and making sure they're okay and helping them fill out a report. And to date, I think in the 6 months that we were from that period of initial lockdown through the phased opening up, it was something like 20,000 self-service reports were issued and completed over that time. And so many conversations later with letting agents and inventory providers themselves as well. I think we had an inventory provider that was working with tenants all across the country, just from the comfort of their office, obviously working from home, on the phone with them, working through the reports and getting those photos and things signed and providing that report to their clients as well, so that their clients were happy they were still getting eyes on their tenancy. And so, it's gone down really well. And with the feedback that we're having, that it might actually lead to a new way of working where you don't have to physically attend a property every 3 months. You could maybe cut that down, cut it in half even, and go every 6 months or even once a year, with combining that with this service.
So did you have, I mean, obviously being able to turn it around in such a short period of time in the first lockdown is incredible, but was it because you essentially had it in your laboratory ready to go, or did you just have to pivot really, really quickly and come up with it? Or do you have to kill me if you tell me?
No, you know, there's a long answer to that question, but it really goes down to the effort that we put into the software and the platform and the groundwork that we did. Because the way that we've built our software over the years, we like I said, we had this conversation before. You and I were never in property to begin with. Yeah. I was in software to begin with, and so we were very what's the word? We're artists. We're artists of code, if we like to say that. And so the way that we built the foundations allows us to scale to millions of simultaneous users across the world, and it allows us to build solutions rapidly. And so at the end of the day, Inventory Base, while being focused primarily in the residential property market, we also have other brands like Property Inspect and Host Inspect that work with facility managers and all sorts. So our templating system, with regards to actually doing a report, an inventory report is just one of many types of reports that people do with our software. You can do fire risk assessments, you can do surveys, you can do fitness for human habitation. The inspections obviously are a core business. Inventories and inspections, really detailed reports down to short, quick checklists that get in and out of the property in 10 minutes. It's all possible. So really building the self-service solution was just building another template, but building the solution for the tenants to do that was obviously the work that we had to do in bringing that user into the stakeholders of the system. So it wasn't as much work as you might think it was. It was pretty much prepared to go. It was just a few tweaks. So we were able to capitalize on that quickly. What else we've been working on is taken a bit longer. But yeah, that one.
Kill it. Come on, I'm desperate here. Give us a clue. What have you got coming out of the labs this time?
Coming out of the labs. Okay, so actually we have an extension to both of those things that I mentioned. So I'll go into loop back to work streams first. So with work streams, obviously we provide a service where you can access a service provider around the country to do an outsourced property service for you. And we've recently, through my own property searching, actually, we've recently just plugged in a nationwide drone dispatch service. So the drones are becoming quite an exciting technology, obviously. And there's enormous cost savings, especially if you want to get detailed roof inspections done. And for photography, they're amazing. For video, they're amazing. They add something, especially now more particularly in property sales, because obviously the budgets are there. But in property inspections, I feel they've become a more important tool as well. In the US, they have something called drive-by inspections, where they just drive by, take a picture. Is the lights on? Are people home? Are places being looked after? Things like that. And drones represent an easy way to dispatch and do things like that without impeding on privacy as well. Yeah. And so now you can go onto inventory-based work streams, and you can click and order either a detailed roof inspection, so it's up close pictures and video of your drains and your roof and all of that moss and what you need to do to get up there and maintain it, or just aerial photography and aerial video for the purposes of marketing, right. Or even a completely bespoke job. But the easy ones are just booking a roof inspection or aerial photography or video, and you'll say a date that you particularly want it done. As long as you have the owner of that property's permission, we'll take care of all of the licensing and paperwork. It will be conducted by a CAA approved drone pilot who has all the relevant insurance and the professional equipment to get the job done professionally, and you'll have the images and video delivered back within 24 hours of the date.
That's incredible.
Which is fantastic.
And is that nationwide, did you say? Is that true?
Nationwide at the moment, yeah.
Really,
we're actually looking at worldwide, because there's lots and lots of reasons to bring drones into the fold. But yeah, we're really excited about that service.
I was going to say, when you said worldwide, I was going to ask you the question, will their batteries suffice? But of course, that's just proving the case that you can have stupid questions. But
you probably have to drive them out there first.
That's not really being dispatched from the UK is the key point, is it? Anyway, obviously, property inspections like that, it's almost like that's what it was created for, drones, wasn't it? Incredible.
And like I said, it's not just the residential internal houses that we're looking after. You know, there's all sorts of commercial sites, there's high rises, there's all sorts. You know, so keeping an eye. If you think of one example I was told, which is really good, is in order to get up, it was either St Paul's Cathedral, or it was a high rise. I can't remember exactly now, but there was a quote of something like in the region of £18,000 just to go and check, to be able to go up there and check and quote for what the repair works would be. And instead, they paid £600 for a drone to go up there and document everything, even you know, show the full-on up-close video and photography to diagnose the issue. And then, should the issue obviously arise to be, we need the scaffolding, we need the work, then we can go and spend that money to get up there and actually resolve the problem, instead of all that taxpayer money being done, or someone's money being spent prior to knowing that. So that, I think, is a fantastic service for inspections, if it can be afforded, and the marketing side as well. And we're doing it at a low price point, £199 plus VAT.
I was going to
ask the lowest
you,
point around. So depending if there is a congested area that needs additional paperwork, then the additional price will come in at additional £50. So you're looking at £200 to £250 plus VAT to get an all-inclusive service, which is good. You book it.
Yeah, very good.
You forget it, and it's something that turns up and back to you. Moving on to the second feature launch, and this is the one we're really excited about. And so this bleeds on one more. And so this bleeds on from self-service. So self-service was great, obviously, in being able to issue a report to the tenant, have them fill out a self-assessment, obviously, on site. But it wasn't always, we don't get the level of detail we want. And of course, we haven't got the right person's eyes on the property who we want on the property. So the extension, the natural extension of that, of course, is to try and combine the two approaches, have the tenant on site, contact-free, but still allow the professional property manager or the inventory provider, the professional, to walk around the property with the tenant. So with that, we're announcing Inventory Based Live. Live is going to be live inspections. So essentially a new app and a new feature module within the software that will allow you to essentially create a video call with the tenant where you can see through their camera, through their device, as they walk around the property. So it's guided, supervised inspections, if you will, live in the field. And as the tenant's walking around, obviously they can speak with the property manager. The property manager can ask them questions. How is it going? How are they? And everyone in the house, is the house secure? Is there any issues? And diagnosing maintenance issues where the tenant can actually point their camera to the issue, show them what's going on, and actually demonstrate the function of it. You know, you can diagnose maintenance issues quicker. You can diagnose any safeguarding issues quicker. You can speak to the tenant and have that, you know, that one-to-one to make sure all those issues are clear, and obviously still get eyes on the property from the comfort of your own desktop. So it's a very cool system. We're excited to demonstrate it. So the tenant will be given basically a basic link to click, connect, and on the desktop, the web browser or the tablet, if you will, wherever the property manager's sat, whether it's on a beach in Croatia or whatever it is, they can be looking through the tenant screen, seeing that just like you see us on your screen there, and filling in the report at the same time. So if they wanted to do a remote inventory, as long as the tenant's arms don't get too tired, you know, they can walk around and they can do that on site, or wherever it's a quick inspection checklist, whether it's safeguarding checklist, whatever it is, the professional can be the one filling in that report and allocating the photos that are coming in and pulling in I just saw a note from Christian there, quite funny. So the tenant's taking photos as well while they're streaming, and those photos are just falling into the report and being allocated into the right place at the right time. So we're really excited about launching that feature today. It will be live for everyone by Thursday.
Kerfuffle exclusive. We'll take that.
It's a Kerfuffle exclusive.
That sounds really exciting.
And yeah, it will. We won't be charging a penny for it as well. We figured out a system to make it very much peer-to-peer. So it will remain free along with self-service. It will remain free at least through March 2021. So at least during this lockdown 2.0, people can use it and try it out and see if it helps them, you know, manage their properties better.
Even better. And look, I'm just showing up on screen as well here. Obviously, we've got your wonderful 5-star reviewed page, just to make sure as well anyone can obviously get to you, and obviously they can take advantage of that fantastic deal there, 3 months for the price of one. Get in contact with Steve, hear about all that fantastic innovation that they've got going on at the moment. Steve, it sounds like it's a pretty exciting time for you.
very exciting times, and I have to get back to it, I guess.
Good. Well, I'll leave you to get your lad the second bowl of Frosties, and thanks for that. Obviously, when you've got a video or you can share a demonstration of that, the app and everything else,
Absolutely.
we'll love to get hold of
In
that.
fact, everything's going live now. My guys, my very talented team are behind me, putting all the final pieces together. So the web page is going live. The videos will be out on the socials, and you'll be able to look at it and see how it works straight away today.
Brilliant. Well, great. Best of luck with that. Fantastic on the top 40, top 10 as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thanks, Simon. You take care.